So my friends, welcome to a new crypto update video. Bitcoin at 113,800 US dollars. Last night we saw another slight sell-off towards 112,500 US dollars, just barely missing our new long zone. We already talked about it yesterday in the live stream, and I said it yesterday as well. The old zone, which we've already dipped into, that's where the long was. But I also said in the video yesterday, please set your stop loss at entry and take some profits already, and of course do the same for all other trades. That's why there's a new zone now with this lower low down here, and that's what I would like to see. We just barely missed it. As I said, we were at 112,500 US dollars. The bottom of our last low was here at 111,800 US dollars. Whether we might still reach that, you'll definitely find out in today's update video. We'll definitely take a look at the heat map, briefly check out the funding rates, and of course also look at the altcoins and the traditional markets. So make sure to stay tuned until the end. But before we get started, as always, feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't joined yet, be sure to check out the free Telegram talk and Signal group as well. If you're interested in updates, news, and signals, feel free to join. You'll find the link for that for free down in the video description. And if you're still looking for an exchange where you can trade everything we discuss here, feel free to sign up with my partner exchange BingX. The link for that is also down in the video description. And right now, there's still the deposit event where you can get up to 10% cash back in the form of bonus vouchers or USCT token vouchers. All right. Yeah, let's get started. Bitcoin, 113,800 US dollars. In the last hour, or just now in this hour, there was a small pump of over $700. Nothing really, nothing major. After we got rejected up here at our level of 115,700, didn't get a higher high, the market broke down significantly again, but that was a bit to be expected by now. That's why my new long zone is roughly from 111,800 down to here at 109 to 110,000. That means right here where our vector candles are basically still closing down here, or rather where these larger inefficiencies are still present. I'd like to target those not just on the 1 hour chart, but you can also see it clearly on the 4 hour chart, and that's exactly where the liquidity is. Additionally, with this move, we could form a nice double bottom so that, as I would say, we could once again target our target zone. So the current target zone, our minimum target up here of roughly 117,500 to about 120,000 US dollars. Why is the target up here? Let's take a quick look at the heat map. Because there have been some changes there. You can see down here this, liquidity zone around 112,000 US dollars has just formed for now. You know what I'm getting at, because our low where we said it could go down to 110,000, there's a bit more there as well. Otherwise, it's completely normal up here at 117K. That matches up with our target zone. Let's take another quick look at the weekly time frame here. We see pretty much the same thing here at 116, 117, and then the large liquidity zone up in the golden pocket at 119, 120K, but there's also a bit forming down here. That means the idea that we could drop down here again for our long position definitely still fits in order to, let's say, pick up this chunk of liquidity up here. The funding rates have risen slightly again, which surprises me a bit, even though the prices have fallen downwards. So just be careful. It's possible that we'll get this little wick down here before we start the rally upwards. Other than that, not much has happened. There really wasn't much going on last night. Double bottom, that's the target for now. Let's move over to Ethereum. What's happened there? Oops, I didn't mean to move that just now. All right, we're back now. Honestly, there's been a bit less with Ethereum. After the target zone up here was reached somewhat faster than expected, it dropped about 4.5% overnight. Right now, things are looking pretty good again. Prices are rising again, but still, as I said yesterday, for everyone riding up there, set your stop loss to entry and that's it. Just take your profits. Whether that target will still be reached, I'm starting to doubt a bit now, even though it would be the better option if we just went down again and, let's say, worked through the fib levels here, but oh well. What hasn't happened yet could still happen. For me, it's simply a no trade zone at the moment. The golden pocket up here has been reached. If we go back in there again, for me, it's absolutely not a signal to go short here. So I would rather wait and see how we react then. Whether we break through, in which case the next target is above 4,000 US dollars, or whether we go down and reach our ideal target zone, the 0.382 level. But we'll have to see in the end how the next few days play out. For now, I'm staying away from this for the time being. Solana, yes, is also slowly but surely on its way to our target zone, but it's a bit more sluggish. So I think Bitcoin is actually moving a bit faster than the altcoins at the moment. I'm not really liking it that much yet. But honestly, I would actually like to see a double bottom here. And since I already mentioned it yesterday with XRP, even though updates only come on Fridays, XRP has now reached the target zone. I think we showed you that yesterday in the Telegram group. I'm not sure if I sent you the main one, but here too, the target zone has been reached, which was the 0.5 to the golden pocket. Let's leave the red area aside for now. That's something different. But this small red box, that was the target zone, and we've already seen the first reaction from it, even though there's still a bit of room to the downside, but it's looking pretty good so far. And the targets are up there, roughly aiming for 320, 330. All right, let's move on to the Forex section. Euro versus US dollar, hardly any movement. I'm still expecting this move up here. So I can really well imagine that we'll see it again, this 116, the 1.16 euro to the US dollar, because there's just a lot of consolidation happening here. So don't let yourself get fooled, just wait here. I think we're going to go up here again. That would be another new trade entry and the last one up here. I'm not really liking it that much yet, to be honest. So the reaction with the small sell-off here, yeah, okay, but I think there's still a bit more room to the upside before we turn the corner. Yeah, traditional markets. Let's move over or take a look, or rather the DAX. No movement at all. Nasdaq has filled its gap and is now heading back down. It has also formed a new gap to the downside just now. You can see it here on the 4-hour time frame, but all of this is still within the trend channel. Dow Jones is recovering. It hasn't reached the golden pocket here yet, so please keep an eye on this area here as well. 0.5, so from 44,200 points up to about 44,500 points, could also be a trend reversal area here, even though for me personally it's a bit too early to say we're already seeing a trend reversal in the traditional markets. So I don't expect that we'll make this move here and then see a complete sell-off. I can't imagine that. At least not at the moment. There should actually be another move, first above the all-time high and then the S&P 500. Same story, it was rejected at first. So it's actually pretty similar to Ethereum. If you look at the details here, first there was the sell-off. Just for completeness, percentage-wise, it went down 1% here. Now there's this recovery again from yesterday, but at the moment, really, there's just not enough movement. But what I actually want to talk about, what did we discuss yesterday on the stream? I drew this in pretty early, or at least mentioned it, right? Just keep an eye on Nvidia. So really pay attention to Nvidia in the long term. You can already see here, this is roughly my target level up here, the 190 US dollars. For me, it's Nvidia, this big player. As soon as Nvidia starts to stumble, I think things will start going downhill for the prices. And by prices, I really mean everything. Probably the traditional markets as well. If on top of that, the news fits perfectly, all the better. But I'm keeping an eye on that for now. And I think as long as Nvidia hasn't reached this target zone up here yet, we don't really need to worry about a major correction or a huge dump. But just keep an eye on Nvidia. So otherwise, that's it from my side for now. I don't think there's anything else. We've covered the essentials. Otherwise, I'd say we'll hear from each other again tomorrow morning with a new update video. And then tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. there will be another live stream. And otherwise, I wish you all a great day. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk again tomorrow. Until then, ciao, ciao. And as always, stay crypto.